News from the Persian Gulf tonight. The Pentagon reports a U.S. warship seized an Iraqi freighter in the Gulf of Oman. The USS Goldsboro stopped the vessel, which was carrying tea, and ordered it to sail to the Omani port of Muscat, where it is being held. This is the first board and seizure incident to enforce UN economic sanctions against Iraq since the invasion of Kuwait. Meanwhile, the U.S. is still trying to get its people out of Iraq. Officials have chartered an Iraqi plane to airlift 30 Americans and 100 other foreigners out of Baghdad. And President Bush wants to repay Egypt for efforts to drive Iraq out of occupied Kuwait. Bush will ask Congress to erase Egypt's $7 billion military debt. One Hoosier family is counting their blessings tonight. They are awaiting the arrival of a loved one trapped in Kuwait after the Iraqi invasion. Jerry Lambert talked with them about an ordeal that made a husband and father famous.
When Claudia Clay realized her husband Dick was trapped in Kuwait, her world collapsed around her.
I felt like if I was stuck in a corner and I had no, or like if someone had cut off my wings and I didn't have any way to get out, and not being able to do anything about it.
Dick Clay left his family in Ellettsville on July 12th with no idea that he was headed for a war zone. But 5 weeks later, he fled the Iraqi occupation by claiming to be a Filipino. Claudia says that after his August 20th escape, she felt almost born again.
I was overly thrilled, and I felt like if I was born again, and I came out, you know, the light finally came out from the dark world that I have been living in.
For other family members, the good news was no big surprise.
I knew he would be out. It didn't bother me a bit, because I knew he would be back.
Dick Clay's neighbors are displaying yellow ribbons to show their support for him and the American soldiers stationed in the Middle East. They're just about everywhere, and we even found one lady who's made a hobby out of being patriotic.
I've been passing them out in the factories and put them on the windshields of cars, probably between 5,000 and 6,000 already.
Jean Fessler is a super patriot. She says she will continue handing out yellow ribbons until American soldiers and civilians are no longer threatened in the Middle East. For Claudia Clay, the yellow ribbon on her car is a much happier reminder these days. It represents all the support she has had during times when her husband's fate was less assured.
That shows me how people care for whatever reason that is, and I'm really thrilled about it.
Jerry Lambert, the 10 o'clock news.
When will he be back? Well, Claudia Clay is expecting her husband to arrive from Jordan at just about any time, but Dick Clay told his wife by phone that he has a job to do first.
That's right. He's helping 45 of his Filipino employees and 25 other Filipino nationals with completing their travel documents. Dick says he wants to make sure that they can return to their loved ones at the same time that he returns home to his family in Ellettsville, Indiana. Dick Clay might want to be in sales if he could do a job like that, convincing those folks he's a Filipino and get out of Iraq.
Amazing story. Maybe someday he'll write a book. That would be great.
He will.
Well, here are some of the stories still to come on